This leader is provided to facilitate adjustment of focus. Please be aware there are spoilers contained in this video presentation.
I believe I can fish. The girl candy is quite the dish. Card players he's going to spray. Jack and Chief want to get away. Group therapy's a bore. Baseball games for the whole entire floor. I believe I can fish. I believe I can fish. I believe I can fish. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was released in 1975. It was directed by Milos Forman. It won the Oscar for Picture, Actor, Actress, Director, and Writing. It was nominated for Supporting Actor, Cinematography, Editing, and Music. It won the Golden Globe for Picture, Actor, Actress, Director, Screenplay, and Supporting Actor.
Who was the supporting actor that got nominated?
Guy from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Lord of the Rings connection there.
Oh, holy mackerel, yeah.
There is a Marvel connection because Michael Douglas is producer on this. And also, I think it was Rose. She was on the Incredible Hulk TV show.
Nice.
Well, and then DC, obviously, with the Joker and the Penguin.
Yeah, having both the Joker and the Penguin there, it's awesome. Whenever Jack Nicholson and Scatman Scruthers get together, he always gets the axe. So Will Sampson, Chief, I thought he gave an amazing performance. I didn't remember anything about his performance from watching it back in the 80s. I was going at it looking for Jack Nicholson being kind of a funny, crazy guy. In the 80s, I remember not liking it because it wasn't that funny. And I realize now, it's not a funny movie.
It is not funny at all. When they say drama comedy, they need to just take out the comedy part altogether.
Well, so if you think back to Chief's first words, you know, everybody thought he was mute, but then as they're waiting in line for their electroshock therapy, McMurphy hands him a stick of gum and Chief says, juicy fruit. And then, you know, the guy's on the ball.
Well, and I love the wink that Nicholson gives him when he's coming back in and he's pretending to be catatonic. And it makes when he's actually catatonic that much sadder. It really shows that spirit that's been lifted.
When we watched Better Off Dead, did we realize that...
Mr. Meyer, please join us at the blackboard and show us your solution to this paltry geometric dilemma.
...was the same guy, and here he is again. He's got that really distinctive face that makes you feel a little uneasy.
The Hills Have Eyes guy. Like, I'd forgotten that he was in there.
Oh, man. He's so scary.
But if Jack Nicholson's character knew the lengths Ratched would go to make him behave, I think he would have just escaped to eventually just get a lobotomy.
That escalated quickly.
She means business. So.
Like, she's following the rules. Here are the rules, so you got to follow the rules. Like, I kind of remember her as being like a really evil character, and it's like, giving somebody a lobotomy. That's not cool. The Brown Brothers movie hopping can come out on the side of giving a disciplinary lobotomy is not all right.
I think the breaking point is when she took somebody that she knew was suicidal and really pushed him over the edge. That section is so tragic.
This was one of the most difficult out of the 100 so far to watch. We've had some mental health things come up in the last couple of years that made it all the more poignant. Previous to this, it was really easy to go, oh, well, you know, crazy people are just funny and whatever. But you do really get that, how much of a struggle everything is if you're struggling with mental health.
No! I didn't do nothing back!
Some of the older guys in the group reminded me of Laura's dad before he passed. The repeating and the apologizing and being angry and it being this cyclic motion that they couldn't escape from.
I've worked on dementia wards too. So to watch just people wandering around, just having conversations, anger and all this. I mean, I'm sitting there going, yeah, I like work with a lot of this. I know exactly how it goes. It's a tough watch.
The idea that Jack Nicholson could get out. He had the opportunity several times to make his escape.
You guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out.
Like he could have, when he did the bus and the fishing trip, he could have just left and not done the party. He could have left after the party. Like there were so many opportunities for him to leave. It's such a heartbreaking story.
Dave, that's a good point because he's Jack Nicholson, everybody watches him and focuses on him. But the real story was the impact that character had on the group. Nurse Ratched represents what society or the medical industry thinks you need to do to deal with mental illness, which is control, rigor, routine, medication. And Nicholson's character was saying, hey, you guys are men.
Ooh, change never hurt, huh?
But all those people, with the exception of the one who took his own life, had all been transformed in some way to be more human.
One of the things that I've learned over the last several years is even though Jack and Nurse Ratched were factors, the really rough thing to get your mind wrapped around is that it was ultimately his choice.
Aren't you ashamed?
No, I'm not.
What worries me is how your mother's going to take this.
As much as he didn't have as great a degree of control as somebody that wasn't going through all the things that he was going through, ultimately he's in control of his own fate, which is a rough thing to kind of get your mind wrapped around.
Best thing we can do is go on with our daily routine. All right?
In the beginning scenes when they're going into the therapy center, is that a ukulele or a small guitar?
I think it's a resonator tenor guitar. I know exactly. Where the guy's playing the recorder along with it.
Yeah.
Almost a ukulele. Let's call it ukulele adjacent. She felt funny.
That's not this movie.
That's not this movie. There's so many great performances. Very, very difficult to watch. I'm going to give it 3 ukuleles.
I am right in line with my brother. Real hard watch. Ukulele adjacent. I'm going to give it 3. Not going to rush to go watch it again, but I'm glad that I got an opportunity to watch it.
Again, my favorite quote is, "Oh, juicy fruit." Because then things were not as they appeared, and all bets were off at that point. If I had to go between 1 and 4 ukuleles, I'm a 4 ukulele guy for all the reasons. The story, this was a signed reading where I went to high school. The cinematography and the actor, we talked at the beginning about recognizing all the actors later and all the other work that they have done. I mean, this was a seminal film. Danny DeVito was in there too. And you think back on this film from time to time. That fishing trip, boy, wouldn't that have been great? So yeah, I'm 4 ukes. Thanks.
I would say 2.5. It was a rough watch. There were those instances where it was really heartfelt and tragic, but it was rough. Like it was not a fun movie to watch. So I'm going to give it 2.5, but I do understand how significant it is. So
it's over.